Not very well. I'm not totally blind, I'm just partially blind. What kind of dot you running? Seymour? Okay, rts2. Okay, and yeah, it's off. So just a button in it. There it is. Yeah, boy, you got it bright, don't you? Okay, guys, this is Mark with Extreme Defensive Option. Hey, I've got a buddy of mine down here that bought this super fantastic race gun. It's an open gun. Yeah, boy, it's a great gun, but he hasn't shot it much at all, and we want to make sure that it's sighted in. So we were just going to take a little bit of time and try and sight it off the bench. Ain't got nothing but good stuff to say about this thing, but we do want to make sure it's zeroed in. And so the process basically that I use, that is not always the same as everybody else, is I start out about 10 yards and I'll put it on a bench, okay? I'll have my sights on, make sure everything's tight, everything's tightened down. You can't have anything loose or it's obviously not going to do any good. And it depends on whether you're using a red dot or a iron sights or whatever you're using as to how much you move it or how you adjust it. This one happens to have a red dot on it. It's a Seymour rts2, which is a great little red dot. It's got a blast shield. It's got, you know, accelerator pedals. It's got all kinds of stuff on it that I'm not used to having because I don't really run race guns. But it doesn't matter what's on the gun. We're just going to take it out and we're going to shoot it 10 yards. I'm going to try and put it on a bench. I'm going to get behind the bench. The idea is to have the gun in the same place, the same hold every time, regardless of where you are, okay? When I say that, if I'm putting it on a bench, I get behind the gun because the gun is going to shoot like a machine. When I get involved, my eyes start changing, so I need to get behind the machine. I bolt it down on the ground and I just fire a couple shots. I notice whether it's a rifle or a pistol, if you fire 3 shots, you get 2 of them on top of each other and the third one is always somewhere else. I've never figured that out. If anybody does, please personal message us or something, tell us why is a third shot always somewhere else. I don't know. But I'm going to fire 3 shots, see if I can put them on at 10 yards. If we can center it at 10, we'll move it out about 5 yards, go 15. The goal today is to get it sighted in either 20 or 25. That will be good for pretty much anything, okay? When I say anything, most competitions are, you know, 30, 35 yards at the most. Most of them are 10 to 12, 15 yards. If I'm sighted in at 20, 25, then the gun is on. If I miss, it's because I missed, which is pretty obvious, you know, when we do that. But the key is I just want to see where this gun shoots. He wants to see where it shoots. And if we need to adjust it, we'll adjust it. But otherwise, let's take a couple rounds, put them on at 10 and see how we do. If I like this gun, I think there's an option to buy it, but I'm not sure. So we're going to see just how she runs. I get it squared up on the table the best I can. Put the dot on. Okay. I can fire 2 shots. I don't need 3. At 2 shots, I'm off to the left about 2 or so inches. That's not where I want that to be, so I'm not going to waste a third round doing that. I'm going to empty that out and waste it for Mark because it went under the table. And we're going to adjust this gun. Now, it depends on how the guns are, or the sights. They all adjust differently. They have a little Allen screws, they have Phillips head screws. They may have to use a sight tool, a pusher or puller to make them move them over. This one here happens to be a little Allen screw. And they all move a different amount. Some of them move 1/10 of an inch. Some of them use a quarter or 1 full MOA per click. You know, honestly, I just shoot them. I click it a couple times, see what the response is, and go. If I worried about every particular sight that I've used over the years, I wouldn't, you know, it's 1/10, 1/4, 1 full, I don't care. Just move it over. What you do need to know, though, and the good sights, the expensive good sights, like this one is here, is going to have markings on it. It's got an R with an arrow. The arrow says R for right. So if I want my bullets to go right, that's the way I turn it. If I want them to go left, I go the opposite. It also has an up or a down. That tells you which way you're moving that bullet, the bullet itself. So I want it to go left. So I'm going to move this. Okay, I'm going to move this over to the left. I'm going to unlock the lock, which is so it doesn't go in a competition and move on you. Then I'm going to move it to the left. I'm going to go 3 clicks. You say, why 3 clicks? Well, I went 3 clicks because I'm going to shoot farther than 10 yards. And if I'm off at 10, I'll be off at 15, even further. So I went 3 clicks, put the lock back on. We're going to reload it and go again. Okay, I went 10 yards. I moved them over just a hair. Now at 10 yards, it's not going to move much. At 15, it will have moved more. Okay, I'm going on pure feel at this time. There's a mathematical equation to it, but I'm not a wizard on math. So I'm going to move it over just a little bit more, and then we're going to move our target back. I think Mark's over in the corner saying, would you get it sighted in so you quit burning all my high dollar ammo? That's pretty well sure what he's saying. Okay, I filled the hole. We're going to have to go drastic. We're moving it a couple clicks at a time, but we're not really getting it where we want it to be. Now this ought to be a visible distance as to what we're doing. We ought to see this, even at 10 yards. And 10 yards is not very much. It doesn't give you a lot of response. But at least at 10 yards, we know we're on target. That means we're not wasting rounds into the dirt. If I tried to aim it at 25 and I was missing, I really don't know where I'd be shooting. So this way, I'm actually going to get that hit at 10, and it'll show me some progress. All right. I'm okay with that. We're going to move that out to about 15. All right, now these should start showing more centers. We're ready to go, guys? Eyes and ears?
Ready.
That was me dropping that. I dropped the first one, so that was me, but it still represents where we're at. We're still off to the left, aren't we? Or off to the right. I'm treating it like it's mine, Mark. That's what I'm trying to do, is how I would put it. And then once you get on it, it may be totally different, and that's where we'll have to adjust it from there. This is why I bring friends out to the house. You feed them lunch, you know, brats or hot dogs, they let you shoot their super guns. Can't beat that. Going for the 35. Notice they're dead on. There you go. Sighted at 35 yards. Make sure it's clear. Pass the pistol to who you need to. It's on. Make sure the lock is set. I know I did that, but I want to make sure, so we transfer it. Okay. Now, Mark, you need to try it and see what you can do.